hello, and welcome to the Thebes
Hello.
podcast. Hello. That was Kelley that you just heard right there. I am Caitlin, and we're just gonna kick things off. So, yeah, we kind of divided it into four subsections right there, as you can see. It's very basic, very beautiful, and very powerful. Whoop. So to kick things off, Kelley, we got this little quote from Euripides that
All
was
right.
pretty much just talking about Heracles, which is our modern day Hercules, and kind of just like hyping him up.
Oh, for sure.
This was right before he murdered his wife and children,
Oh, that's
and
quirky.
kickstarted the 12 trials that we know.
Good.
So there's two Thebes. There's the Egyptian Thebes and the Greece Thebes. Kelley, which one did you report on?
Oh, which? It was supposed to be the Grecian one, right?
Yes, I was.
All right, we're good. We're good.
So yeah, there was a Thebes in Egypt. That actually probably was created around the same-ish time. And there's one in Greece, and that's the one that we're going to be talking about today, just to clarify things up a little bit.
We love to see it.
So the general area that Thebes was located in is in a place called Boeotia. It is right where you can see in the map right there, thanks to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So Thebes was a megapolis in central Greece, which has been around for over 5,000 years. It was important in Mycenaean culture and a very powerful city-state in the classical period, which is what we're going to be focusing on here. Like I said, it was the largest city in the ancient region of Boeotia. At the beginning of the Peloponnesian War, Thebes kind of morphed the small towns around the area into itself. Kind of think of like a alien with jelly, you know? It just
Mm-hmm.
kind of, bleh, you know?
Right. No, that makes sense.
So, yeah, like thanks to this map, we can see that it is located north of Athens. That's located in Attica over there. And I also included this bigger map to kind of show, like, the bigger picture, as one may say.
Wow. Very cool.
Thank you, Kelley.
All right. Up next, we're going to be talking about the mythology of Thebes, or as some may call it, the Thebology.
Ha!
Uh, So, in Greek mythos, Thebes is the birthplace of Heracles, or as Caitlin said earlier, Hercules, and the home of the Sphinx, who appeared to terrorize its citizens until someone, Oedipus, solved her riddle. It was that one riddle that was like all the legs, and the answer was man. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. So, it was founded by Cadmus, who has two different spellings of his name, which, caused a little bit of confusion at first until I realized it's the same name. And he was an ancestor of Oedipus. And how the myth goes is Athena instructed Cadmus to bury the teeth of a giant serpent he had killed, which was sent by Ares. From these teeth came the warriors who founded the city of Thebes. Also, Cadmus introduced the Phoenician alphabet and Phoenician script to Greece.
Oh, how knowledgeable of him, as one may say.
Yeah, very, very beautiful, very powerful. But in all actuality, piecing together the Theban origin story is fairly difficult. A general overview of the creation is thought to be the first inhabitants were situated in the low plains around 3000 BCE. There's evidence of bronze tools as well as food and wool production and storage spaces from around 2500 BCE. The site is believed to have reached its Bronze Age peak in around 1700 BCE, with workshops for jewelry, stone and terracotta aqueducts, and clay tablets that suggest trade. Then the Greek Dark Ages hit, and we all know everything fell apart in the Greek Dark Ages, just a little bit.
It was too dark
But
to see,
eventually,
Kelley. Come on.
that makes perfect sense. Why didn't I think of that? Thebes came back as an influential city-state, fluctuating between its own control and occupation a little bit. From around 370 to 360 BCE, Thebes was the first true military power in Greece. Very beautiful, very powerful.
Ooh, take
Until
that.
around, yeah, take that, Sparta. There was lots of conflict with Sparta.
Oh.
But around 346 is when it all started falling apart. There was a rapid decline until the Roman occupation in 86 BCE. And then Thebes kind of lost its relevancy just a little bit.
Oh, that's not beautiful, not powerful.
Not at all. Overall, one of the biggest reasons why Thebes' origins are a little bit fuzzy is a couple of things. Obviously, for one, it is very old. And for two, there's a modern city still there today. So it was kind of just, that land, that area just continued to evolve. And so
Yeah, it makes it hard
there
to
wasn't.
excavate when I'm living on top of it, you know?
Right, exactly. And so a quick little step-by-step guide to making your own Thebes.
Mhm.
Make sure those origins, fuzzy. Its existence fluctuates. Make sure that history is hard to interpret to the modern eye. And then eventually profit. Side note, following these steps will not guarantee positive results. Thebes is probably a unique case.
Oh, okay. How to succeed in creating a business without really trying, you know? But instead of business, it's city.
Right, exactly.
So let's talk government, Kelly.
Alright.
So the main sort of government overarching in Thebes was an oligarchy, which is, as we know, a small group of people having control of a country. So we got two different things kind of happening in Thebes. The people of Thebes had their oligarchy, but they were also the head of the Boeotian League, which I'm going to mention in the next slide. Thebes was an oligarchy beginning in about the 610s to the 500s. We're talking BCE here consistently. So if I forget to say BCE after, just know that's the reference.
All right.
And then later on, a more moderate oligarchy was ruled by a boule based on property qualification. So it just kind of went from a few white men to a little more few white men.
Nice. The way government should be. That's a joke. It should not.
So
the disclaimer felt important. I'm sorry.
We're going to quote you on that.
All right.
So during the 500s, the Boeotian League was created. So this was pretty much developed as an alliance of sovereign states in Boeotia, the district mentioned earlier in East Central Greece, in about the 500s, 550s, under the leadership of Thebes. About this time era, the Boeotian League comprised of 11 groups of sovereign cities and associated townships, each of which elected one. I always laugh at this, the Boeotiarch, or Minister of War and Foreign Affairs, and contributed 60 delegates to the Federal Council at Thebes, and supplied infantry and cavalry to the Federal Army. Let's see. These local councils, to which property classes alone were eligible, were subdivided into 4 sections, resembling the Pyrentes of Athenian Council, which took its turns to vote on all new measures. So pretty much it's the European Union, but kind of like simplified a little bit, you know?
Makes sense.
So 2 out of the 11 Boeotiarchs were provided by Thebes. I'm clicking the wrong thing. Gosh.
Oh no.
It's okay. We're fine. So after the defeat of the Greeks at Thermopylae, which is the classic, 300s Sparta, go Spartans, Thebes and most of Boeotia sided with the Persians during the Persian invasion, and subsequently the victorious Greeks dissolved the Boeotian League as a punishment. Then they kind of brought back the Boeotian League around 446, when they revolted against Athenian domination and reconstructed the league with the alliance of Sparta. So pretty much that was going on for a little bit, having a good time. And then pretty much after the Corinthian War, the league dissolved again after Sparta #took them down, as one may call. That is the wrong paper. Okay, so after the Boeotian League and during it, we had this thing called a boule. Et tu boule? Which is a deliberative council in ancient Greece. It was probably derived from an advisory body of nobles to which only property citizens were admitted. In the 400s, the leading oligarchs were divided into a pro-Athenian and pro-Lacedaemonians, which is Spartan factions. This was because of the Peloponnesian War. Boink, a little rendition right there. And eventually, the pro-Spartans came to power in 382 with the Spartan occupation of Thebes temporarily. From 379 onwards, Thebes was a democracy. Wow, didn't know they could do that. In collusion with a faction of Thebes, some Theban exiles made an abortive attempt in 364 to reintroduce aristocratic, ways of life. That was put down pretty fast, because Thebes had, once again, the boule, which prepared the matters to be put to the assembly. From then on, major decisions were made by the people in the assembly, not just the boule. And then also at this time, Thebes awarded a proxy citizenship to citizens around the general area, including Athens, and Theban citizens were given the same rights. It was kind of like a give-take thing.
Nice.
So, we were talking about, the physical present leaders right there, but let's also mention the divine rulers, So, the protective divinities of Thebes were probably Demeter and Dionysus, but Athena also attested as the protector of Thebes as well. This was probably because Thebes was a heavy farming and agriculture kind of city-state, so that's probably why they chose Demeter and Dionysus. And
for sure.
And since it was taking place in a lot of #wars, they probably included Athena in there as well for war strategy. So this was just a quick little review of the government in case you wanted to do a little catch-up. I'm not going to take a little too much time on that because you can just pause this video.
Haha.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Ooh.
All right. So up next, we're going to be talking about a couple different Thebes artifacts. Very beautiful, very powerful. So for our first one, we're going to be talking just real quickly about Cadmea. It's a citadel in Thebes that still partially exists today. This image is a picture of what the modern ruins kind of look like. It was named for the Theban founder, Cadmus, and it is believed to have served a similar purpose to an Acropolis in Athens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then this, we're going to be talking about an artist who he doesn't have any art that actually remains today in modern times. His name is Nicomachus. Nicomachus was described by Pliny the Elder as being a rapid worker who had the virtue of simplicity. Pliny the Elder credited Nicomachus with creating images like the Rape of Persephone, Victory in a Quadriga, and Mother of the Gods seated on a lion. This image is a similar image from that time period of the abduction of Persephone. And then Plutarch, a Greek biographer, said Nicomachus was known for his facility. And so, unfortunately, there aren't any, like I said, actual pieces of his art or images or recreations of his art that exist to this day. So I used something from a similar time that was of a similar theme.
Thebes is really that city-state where it's like, it was there, or was it? Kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's really cool. I did not know that he made the abduction of Persephone.
Indeed, he did.
So there's definitely not enough time for this. But here is a video of a more in-depth look at Thebes if anyone wants to do any future research. I realized shortly after including that video into there that you cannot click on it. So there is the the HTML right down below. If you just wanna, type that in the good old Google search, and it'll take you right to that video.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that was pretty much an overlook on Thebes. Do you have any final words, Kelley?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who ends up watching this. We hope you enjoyed and that you learned something new. And that's all I have to say.
Very beautiful, very powerful. We'll see you on
Indeed.
Wednesday, those who chose the Wednesday.
For sure, for sure. Have a good week.